I'm Phoebe Chung-Chua. You're watching Live Fit Magazine. We are continuing our coverage on the San Diego International Wine Show coming up at the Del Mar Paddock, April 26th and 27th. You don't want to miss it. We're going to tell you how you can get tickets. But right now, joining me at the La Costa Wine Company in Carlsbad is Charlie Plummer, and you are a certified sommelier with the Jackson Family Wines.
Correct, I am certified sommelier, working on becoming a master hopefully one day.
Oh, that's exciting. Now, you really do have a family-run company, and you have a stable of wines, both local and international.
Yeah, funny you should use stable since we're going to be at the Paddocks.
Yes.
We actually have over 30 domestic wineries that fall under our family umbrella, as well as 15 international. And this year we'll be highlighting one of our Italian wineries. We'll be at the show as well this year.
Exciting. Tell me about that winery.
So it's Tenuta de Arceno. It's a Tuscan winery. So we'll be highlighting some Chianti Classico and some single vineyard Strada al Sasso, which is also a single vineyard Chianti Classico Reserva. But I think this year also we'll bring one of our sister wineries from Italy, Donna Olympia, which does some Super Tuscans out of Bolgheri. We're also going to be talking about maybe doing a seminar of Super Tuscan wines over at the 14 Hands restaurant.
Wow, I'm glad he had to say those names. I love the Italian accent, too. It just comes on when you're talking about it, right? So very exciting. A lot of people don't have a chance to taste these wines, international wines especially, which is what makes this show so spectacular. Give us an idea of the flavors, the richness of this, and the importance of coming out to a location that's amazingly gorgeous and then being able to sip wines from, Italy and beyond.
Oh, yeah. I think the real great part about having an international flair at the wine show is that you talk about classic styles and you talk about new world modern styles. And a lot of the wineries that will be coming today, you'll have stuff from Mondobe Guadalupe or Guadalupe Valley. You'll have stuff from South America. You'll have stuff from Europe. And the things that we're going to bring in from Europe really are more classically driven winemaking techniques. But what's neat about it is when you come to the show like this, most people, especially in California, we're so California-centric.
Yes.
We drink California wines. I think this really gives a lot of people an opportunity to try what winemakers in the New World, particularly in California, really strive to do, and that's to emulate or create classic wines that are from this region, but they emulate a lot of the old world winemaking techniques. So Italy happens to be one of them, France happens to be one of them, Spain, Germany as well. But as far as the Italian portfolio goes, I think what's neat is that these Super Tuscans that we had mentioned have an international flair. So even though most people, particularly with a California palate, because they like a lot of bright new fruit, they don't gravitate towards Italian wines too well because they're not bright forward fruit, they're very subdued. But Super Tuscans kind of buck that trend, and they have Cabernet and Merlot and Cabernet Franc in their blends. And so I think people that come to this show are really going to be very pleasantly surprised because the transition from drinking New World Cabernet to drinking Old World Super Tuscans will be an easy transition for them.
Whole lot of education at the show as well. Tell me a little bit about the seminars. What can people learn? What key tips will they pick up?
Well, I know this year versus last year, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do how to taste like a master sommelier or how to blind taste, And I'll have a few of my colleagues from around San Diego that'll come and sit, and I'll moderate the panel. And really, it's about the audience learning from these beautiful sommeliers that are found around San Diego and some of the top restaurants in San Diego that'll be divulging some of their secret ninja tricks to blind tasting wines. Some of the other seminars we've done in the past have been historical perspectives on Napa Valley. This year, I was just talking with Donato, and we're going to feature, as I mentioned before, some Super Tuscan wines. So the American consumers, the consumers that come to the show can really learn more about Italian Super Tuscans. We'll have some other panels as well from other winemakers and other sommeliers doing some blending seminars. So I think we might look at a Meritage blending seminar as well, too, where we'll take some of the single components of the Meritage and kind of taste them individually to see what each element brings to a final blend. So that's something to look forward to. But
fun.
Oh yeah, education is a huge piece of what this show's about. We talk about the show being more of a lifestyle show rather than just come drink and eat, which you can do too.
Yes.
But then there's an educational aspect, which I think a lot of people in California really gravitate towards and really appreciate. Having just a little bit more knowledge than the people say in the Midwest.
Right. And Donato, of course, is the person who conceived all of this, the man behind the show. We're going to speak with him as well. Fabulous event. We really look forward to it. Tell me about emerging markets. What are some of the up-and-coming markets? Not so much, domestic, but